So we're here today with Michael and Sherry Harding, and they're going to tell us a little bit about their experience with what they have been through over the last several years and how we were able to help them. Michael, what health problem were you facing?
I've had numerous health issues. I've had 2 surgeries to remove lymph nodes because I've had swollen lymph nodes, and they did a biopsy, came back, without a sign of cancer. They did a biopsy. They did the surgery and removed, I think, a cluster of 33 lymph nodes in total, and they weren't able to determine why. I have an arthritic condition, ankylosing spondylitis. I have a bone spur in my spine. I have, what else do I have? Gulf War syndrome from Desert Shield, Desert Storm.
PTSD.
And PTSD. So I have a lot of health issues.
What treatments have you tried in the past?
Mostly pharmaceutical, like pain pills, a lot of pain pills, anything from Tylenol 3 up to morphine a couple times, tramadol, baclofen for muscle relaxer, Flexeril, another muscle relaxer, just to get through the day. Just a whole host. I've even done yoga, Tai Chi, with but limited benefits. Every time it just didn't help as much.
Okay. So, as part of our PTSD study, you were given CBD 300 milligram liposome.
Yes.
What did you notice right away from taking the CBD?
It seemed like the achiness went away. So I kept telling my wife, I don't know if it's the power of suggestion or the stuff is actually working really well. And so, I did the complete dosage and 5 more pumps after a couple of minute rest in between. And I was able to move a lot better. And so, so then I didn't take it for a weekend. And then the same aches and pains came back. So then when I started taking it again, it just confirmed to me that it wasn't a placebo effect. It wasn't the power of suggestion. It was actually physically working and dulling and aching, or removing the aches from my body and allowing me to move more fluid.
Okay, thank you. And Sherry, what did you notice?
Well, I help him put his socks on every day, help him with his belt buckle, help him even like button up shirts if he has to do that, just because his body hurts so much, especially with the back. And so immediately I noticed that a couple days went in, he didn't ask me to help him put on his socks. And so when he did go without, he immediately said, I can't do it today. And so, can you help me with my socks? So those are big things. That's something we do almost every day, almost expected. So now I haven't had to help him with his socks, his belt, and the other thing that we noticed when he was without, he was just like, he immediately was able to go off his NSAIDs, and so all he's doing is strictly just the CBDs. And with that, when he did go without, he immediately said, is there something I can take because I'm dying, I need something. And so immediately when he got back with the CBDs, he didn't need that again.
Do you feel like the CBD has changed the way that your family functions, the way that you function?
I'm able to do a lot more. I feel like I'm a better husband because I'm able to do things around the house and not putting it off until a day that would never come, because I'm waiting for a day to come that I feel well enough to do something. And prior to taking the CBD, that day would never come. It was always a dream, if you will, to expect that day to come.
That's all great stuff that you're sharing. How do you guys feel about the future of your family right now versus what it could have been before we met?
Oh, I have such a greater positive outlook, because I told my granddaughter when she was 3 months old, I told her that I would do the worm across the floor when she got married. And I jokingly say, yeah, if Papa tried that now, it's going to be the sloth because he can get down on the ground, but he can't get back up. But now I can get back up. I don't know if I'm going to do the worm, but I just feel like there's hope for the future. I have a more positive outlook and look forward to each day.
How do you feel like your cognition is?
I feel more alert. I feel more fresh. It's not cloudy because I'm not under any medication. I'm not under the control of some substance, like tramadol. There's nothing that dull my senses or my reaction time. I feel as though I have clarity and thought. So I think in that regard, it's really made a huge difference.
So is there anything else that you would like to share that we haven't covered? That you would like to say to any of the people that could be watching this?
Well, I think there's a stigma associated with CBD because of the relationship to cannabis. And this is not cannabis. And so there's no side effects. There's no, nothing to be fearful of, unless you fear health. Some people may thrive in being sick. I don't know. I can't speak for everyone. I just know that for me, I was miserable every day because the body aches and the pain and just the lack of hope. Again, now I think of being around long enough for my 3-year-old granddaughter to get married, and I look forward to being there and celebrating that day with her. But before, I was never sure that day was going to come, because the pain was just wearing me down and stilling my spirit. But now I feel as though I have a greater purpose, a greater reason to continue to live.
I can say that people who have, he's tried CBDs as well with the cannabis versions, and they had that higher THC in it, which caused psychoactive pieces, and there was some that did well, but every time he would always get like the munchies or be lethargic a little bit, and so he wasn't more in the moment as he is with the CBD of the hemp. So that's a huge difference.
Very good. Thank you so much for your time and for sharing all of this with us.